Hi everyone! Welcome to my video. And today I'll be talking about how I do my makeup for, let's say, an event. And just recently we had an event on Pride. So I'm going to be doing my makeup inspired by Pride, but I would have done that. But today I'll be talking about history of makeup. So first things first, we'll have to put on a headband. And it's on! Yay! Yes, I'm wearing a cheap headband with Gucci print. Um, so you can only see my background. You can't see below me. I'm actually wrapped up in a towel. Yeah, it actually fell. Anyway, I'm wrapped in this animal print thing just to keep my clothes clean. And yeah, so makeup. Makeup actually is a way for people back then to show their wealth, believe it or not. So, when we think of makeup, we think of the no makeup look, which was popularized by the Victorians and Queen Victoria herself. The all white look with the red cheeks, inspired by Elizabeth I. And of course, we have the Marie Antoinette very pale face look, which was very popular during the 18th century. Now, I'm using all good makeup today. I'm not using any historical makeup or historical products because one, some of those products are made of animal things and I'm not comfortable doing that. And secondly, their foundation would have been made out of ceruse, which is basically white lead mixed with acid, which would have eaten away at my face. So right now I am using Shawwell Perfect Face Primer. Yes. And I'm just putting it all over my face as a base so I don't get pimples. Actually, I'm gonna have to put on more because Mama has a big face. And it's very cheap. I very much recommend it. Usually my preferred primer is the LA Girl Pro Prep High Definition Soothing Face Primer, which is this one. But I ran out of it, so I had to go with my substitute. So for foundation, today I will be. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. My makeup kit is right down there on the floor because I have no room on my table. So I will be using the what's this one called again? Maybelline Super Stay Full Coverage Foundation in shade Natural Ivory. As we are doing today, 18th century look, inspired by the 18th century, and I will be using my brushes. Actually, I have no idea which brush I'm going to use. It's going to be a game of pick me, but in brush form. So, since we are doing 18th century makeup, this is actually just inspired makeup because I don't think the original 18th century full face of powder with blushing cheeks without any definition to my face would really suit me that well. So, oops, I just dropped the door still. Anyway, that's an important part. Just letting the primer dry so it's a smooth base all over my face. And we're going to put a few squirts of it, this on my fat hands, honey. And using this shaped sponge. I know people use the egg ones, but for some reason I like the peach shaped ones. Or dumpling. Peach tail. It's actually fun. So just gonna dabble on this, a bit over here. Normally I would do my fingers, but since this is doing a video, I want to look professional for some reason. I don't know why. I'm not professional at makeup. In fact, if you look at my Facebook, you'll see that I have very harsh lines. Although the camera filter blends it out very well. So just dabbling on all the spots of makeup, and then we simply blend. This takes a while, so I'm gonna talk about makeup. Back in the day, especially in the 18th century, when they would use powder and flour to achieve their very pale faces, they would often mix it with ceruse, as mentioned, as it was very popular to have the palest face possible, especially if you're an aristocrat, and it showed that you didn't do any work unless, unlike if you had like a natural brownie skin tone, like my no makeup face, it would show that I have been in the sun, I have been working, you know the drill. And it's not, it's like when, that's why they say ladies back then had very pale, were very pale, because they would not do any work unless they were a dressmaker or a, or what was called a mantua maker, who actually was the one who made your dresses in the dressmaking shop. Okay, so this is very roughly applied on. I'm going to take an angled brush like this and just put some product on it so I could get my eyes very well. And now that I look like a clown, albeit a very pale clown, I can talk about more. So they would have used powder, like they would sometimes use cornstarch just to powder up their face very lightly. But prior to that, they would have used very heavy layers of ceruse and rouge, which would have been made out of anything that had red pigment in it. So, like carmine, which is from insects that are dried up and ground into a powder and mixed with, let's say, brandy, like that. And they would put it all over the cheeks. But today we'll be. I'm sorry, my stuff is just falling out of my box. We'll be next concealing under my eyes. Yes. Because Mama has eye bags. I've actually been planning to do this video for a week, but events caught up with me and I am so tired. So now I have concealer on. It's not very obvious, but it's actually the Instant Age Rewind concealer in the shade somewhere. I don't know, it just says it's by Maybelline, but I don't see the shade. Oh, it says 120 light. Okay, so there's the shade 120 light. So just blend that in and pull it over some parts. Good. Now that we have our base done, we can now pile on the crap. I mean, things. Sorry. Unprofessional. So I am using the EB Advanced Contour Shade and Light palette, which is really good. It looks like this. So it's really good. It's gorge. And I'll be taking this brush. I'll just put everything to my face. It has blue product on it because I used blue eyeshadow on it, but I just got pat it clean and then I'm going to start contouring the nose. A little tap tap. And now this is how I contour my nose personally. Sometimes I would be strategic and use the cream products, but today I'm being lazy and I just want to do a bit of face shaping. And see how it sort of makes my nose look snatched. Or if I have a smaller nose bridge. Taking the concealer again and drawing a line down the middle. And I'm actually going to bring it in a bit over my eyelid so that I have slight contour definition right here. That's basically my version of a Get Ready With Me, where I do this live and I'm talking. And yeah, just look at myself in the mirror. It looks great. Now a bit of a blend. It'll actually look much better with the setting powder on. I kind of look like a raccoon, but that's fine. I'll blend that out in a bit. Tap off the brush, and here we have the basic contour for me. Actually, not basic nose contour. Now we will go on to doing my cheeks. Anyway, I have here now my contour done. And my powder, I have actually